Hello everybody and welcome back to episode 2 of Benjamin Magnus Plays Kerbal Space Program. In the first episode, we went over some of the basics of Kerbal. We grabbed a couple preliminary contracts from this little building over here, and we completed almost all of them. It went off very well. So right now, we're just going to hop right over to the contract section, and we're going to take a look at what we have to work with. Now let's see, test a Sceptron 1 in flight. That should be relatively easy. Test the TT-18A launch stability enhancer, TT-7 radial decoupler, LV-T-45 liquid fuel engine. That one will be easy, I think. Test the Rockoman Mark 55 radial mount liquid engine in flight. Okay. Radial mount parachute. Okay, we're going to test this one. That one's going to be easy, because I know exactly what that one is. We're going to try the Sceptron. And to escape the atmosphere, we have to be above 70,000 meters. I don't think we're going to hit that. But we are going to grab this one to test the LV-T-45 liquid fuel engine. And we're going to go with those couple and see if we can grab all of them. The last episode, I realized there was one I missed after I... Mark 16 parachute. That's interesting. Seeing this on here makes me very interested because I was 100% positive that I grabbed that one last episode. Oh well, no big deal. So we're going to want to test the Sceptron. This one right here is going to be interesting to try to get because we need to get pretty high and be going pretty fast before we start trying to use it. So we're going to start right off, grab a command pod, and the LV-T-45 is this one, so we're going to grab a fuel tank, this fuel tank, and we're going to put it on. Then I have a feeling that we might need more than one engine. So what we're going to do is we're going to put on a solid fuel booster, a small solid fuel booster, and then what we're going to do is we're going to put on this really big solid fuel booster, and our guy's actually too big now. Alright, it's starting to get tall. Hopefully this will get us what we want. Now, we want the parachute, which is there. That's what we want. And now what we can start doing also is trying to grab more science by using the mystery goo container. So we're going to attach the mystery goo container right there. Make sure that all of the staging is correct before we start anything. So first stage, decouple. Second stage, we can actually put these together. So it'll do it at the same time. And what we need to do is drag these two apart, those two together. So it'll blow off that section, launch this one, and then parachute will be separate. And actually what I want to do is one more decoupler right there, like that. So this decoupler needs its own... Actually, we can do it like that. There, we can do it like that. That'll be good. Okay, now we're going to launch this bastard. Hopefully the loading screen won't be too terribly long. It's not that bad in this game. And if you don't know, this game is made with the Unity 3D game engine. It is something I have a little bit of experience doing a little bit of game development with. And it's a very simple to use utility. And if you're interested in game development in any way, I highly suggest you check it out. So, let's get this started. We'll grab... Oh, I forgot about the Sceptron. Oh, no big deal. It's a tiny little one. We're going to do this one right now. Oh, bam. And the solid fuel booster is huge, so it'll burn for a good long while. So it's good. It'll be good for lifting us up to maybe 5,000 meters or so. And we're definitely going to hit this one. Doing this parachute again might be difficult getting up to a speed that high at that small a range. But we'll do it. I'm actually kind of thinking that I was so sure that I got that one last time that I was actually just thinking for a second there that maybe I clicked on the wrong file, but I'm, again, almost positive that I loaded up the Benjamin Magnus save file. Okay, we're going to separate that out. Now, are we going to get up to the required speed to test this parachute? I doubt it. Maybe on the way back. Now we need to get to 17,000. Now we actually might be able... again, if this solid fuel booster lasts long enough, we're going to get it. Because we're... no, I don't think we're going to get it. We're going to run out of fuel before we get there. Yep. We're going to get up to the right altitude, but we weren't going the right speed. See? And the way it works is you have to activate the module while all these are going at the same time. So it didn't precisely work as well as I would have hoped, but I did get this altitude. Maybe we can get the parachute. No, that's what we're going to go. We're going to try to do. That's exactly what we're going to try to do. I mean, we got the altitude one, we got the big booster one, and we're going to try to get the parachute one. I don't know why I didn't get it. Again, just confused for some reason. So what we're going to try to do, we need a high speed, but a low altitude. So what I'm going to do, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to fall. Actually, let's just do this. Let's speed up time till we get to the... Oh, I actually got a lot higher than I expected to. As you can see, my speed's decaying, gaining altitude less quickly. As soon as this gets to 0, it's going to start plummeting back down to Kerbal. What I'm going to do is, I got fuel saved up. When I get around the appropriate, like right above the appropriate height, I think I'm going to gun the engine to get us up to an appropriate speed. Or maybe I might be at an appropriate speed. I might need to burn in retrograde, aka opposite of direction of travel, to actually slow me down. But we'll see what happens when I, get into the thicker atmosphere. So I need to be below 11,600. So let's turn around, just in case I need to burn retrograde. Actually, there. I got it. There we go. I didn't actually have to do anything terribly complicated. But so I did that time. I'm 100% sure because I could see it right there. I got the Mark 16 parachute. I got the Rocco Man big ass solid fuel booster. I got the set of altitude record. I didn't get this one because I forgot to attach a Sceptron, and I didn't get this one because we didn't get to have the right speed. So this one right here will require a different type of rocket. And I'm actually just realizing I forgot to use the mystery goo. So we're just going to do that, keep that science, and finish off this test right here. Speed it up until we get close to the ground. Oh, there goes the parachute flipping out on me. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about when I mentioned before that you don't want to have the speed turned up when you're in any sort of transition. And I'm going out on a limb here because this is based off my minimal experience using the Unity 3D game engine. Well, what I'm guessing is because with Unity, time passing and physics time is calculated separately, not at the exact same time. I'm assuming the way it's coded, when you increase the time here, it does something weird with the way the physics time is processed as well, so you don't get the same results on the different speeds. Not a big deal. Something we can live with. All right, let's see if we can take a crew report. We can. Do an EVA, see if we can get any more science out of this real quick. No big deal. Get off your butt, Jebediah. Take a surface sample. Sample of soil. It's very muddy and sandy. There might be a body of water nearby. Oh, really? We're going to keep that data. Take an EVA report. It was not entirely necessary, no, but that's the way it worked. We weren't exactly trying to get anywhere. Just trying to complete those contracts. Recover our vessel. And there we go. Mildly successful. It was more successful than it wasn't a total failure is what I'm trying to say, but I didn't get everything I wanted. I did get 20 more science points. I recovered 97.8% of the value of my parts, and Jebediah got 24.8 more reputation. I don't think I can grab any of these yet. Let's see, 45, 45, 45, 45. Okay, so we're going to need to get up to 45. And the way we're going to do that is to get to space. So let's see if any more contracts. Okay, we're going to take this one, escape the atmosphere, which requires getting above 70, which I almost did before. I easily could have done that if I burned all my fuel. So we're going to grab that one. I'm not going to do this. I mean, some of these they're pretty piddly. They're not Oh, that wasn't piddly. This one's piddly. Radio mount parachute's pretty piddly. That one's big, though. We'll do that. We'll try that one next. Alright, this time, what we're going to try to do is escape... Not escape the atmosphere, but... Yeah, escape the atmosphere. That's exactly what we're going to try to do. And I think we can probably do that using this exact same rocket. Thinking. Oh, I'm just thinking if I need this... Alright, we're just... Better safe than sorry. You know what? I'm actually going to try something different. I'm going to see if I can get that other... We're going to put us... Now we're going to delete that. We don't want that. I put another solid or liquid-fueled rocket on there. A more powerful one. Alright, so bam, and then bam, and bam. Those two, those two, those two. Okay, that should be good. Now we're going to see if we can do this. Get that other contract. Launch the vehicle. And actually accidentally just punched my microphone right there. I'm not using the greatest microphone in the world. It's just a headset which requires a good amount of editing to get out any unfortunate noise that it picks up. But hopefully sometime down the road I'll be able to pick up myself a nice like unidirectional mic, so it's not grabbing everything from the outside world. Alright, and we're going to launch. And now what we want is... we're going to ignore that one. We're going to try to get this one, which would require getting up to quite the high speed. And what I'm hoping is that the larger amount of thrust from my second, this guy right here, the second stage, will be able to get me up to that speed. And these big rockets are more for lifting than for like gaining speed. So it's not getting me a lot of speed, but it is lifting me up into the air so that I'm not so close to the ground when I use the second stage. That's what the solid fuel boosters are for, like heavy lifting. The liquid fuel rockets are for when you really want to get somewhere. All right, we're going to launch it. Okay, there we go. Now we got the second guy going, and I'm going to hope that we can get up to this required speed with this rocket before launching the next stage. And now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to turn down the thrust a little bit to be more efficient. Now you might be looking at the screen going, but you're not gaining as much speed. Burning it at 100% fuel, like 100% wide open, really burns through the fuel really quickly. So I'm hoping that putting it down to a more efficient level will get me where I need to be. Possibly. I need to get up to 500. I'm not going to get there. Oh well. Oh well. Didn't get it. I think I might, if I really want to do this one, I'm going to have to build a rocket specifically just to do this one and not try to tack it on someplace else. And now all we need to do is get above 70,000 meters, and we will have escaped the atmosphere. And if I look right here at my orbital map, this right here is the... Oh yeah, as you can see, I'm well above that. That is the projected high point, or the furthest point away from the orbital body that I'm going to be in. Look, it's really getting up there. That's the one I want, the staging stage. So, maybe I'll just head off to the side for a while now, try to get myself onto a different part of Kerbal. Maybe I can find some interesting... Actually, I already hit the water once, but we're already going in this direction, so we're not going to change it now. The entire point of this was solely to get up to 70,000, which, as you can see, bam, 8. And if we go down here, reach space, escape the atmosphere. Now, with that, with this spaceship, I may have been able to reach orbit, but I wasn't about to try it. So let's observe our mystery goo. The goo seems to have clumped into a sphere. It also appears to have become brittle. Okay, that's a lot of science, 10, so we're going to keep that data. We're going to take a crew report. It seems we are very much in space right now. The sky seems mostly below us. Nice. I'm going to keep that data. And something else we're going to do for poops and giggles, EVA. Not just for poops and giggles. Okay, I explained this in another video. I have a tendency to say poops and giggles instead of shits and giggles because I work in an area where there are kids around, and gotta kind of curtail your language. Alright, you've recorded your observations about the situation. Very nice. Alright. And now we're going to board our spacecraft. which is most definitely in space right now. Look at that. We are floating above everything. And speed up time. We got up to nearly 200,000 meters. So if we had taken some of that energy that I put into gaining that 200,000 meters, which is way above what I would require for an orbit, and put it into, like, side-to-side motion instead of up-and-down motion, I easily could have made orbit. So it's something to think about. We're going to fall back to Kerbal now. And we're just going to... I really like that effect of, burning up in the atmosphere and then the condensation. Just a nice little addition that they added in there. Alright, now we're going to deploy our parachute, separate that guy out. And right there, like that, that's why I stacked those stages together, just so I can do that in one go. There was no way I needed to do it twice. No reason to have those stages separated out. Float back down quickly. Speed up, speed up, speed up. Float back down to the ocean. Right before we hit, we're gonna put it on normal time. And I'll do, well, actually, I already took an EVA report, so there's no point in doing it again, but I can try to take a surface sample again to see if it'll give me anything different. So, EVA report, let go of the spacecraft, take a surface sample. It'll give me a little bit. You've taken a water sample, I already took one, so it'll give me a little tiny bit of science. Not a lot, but a little bit. So, recover our vessel. Let's see what we got. We ended up, well, okay, that was good right there. 34 science, so we have 78 now. See, the mystery goo observation in space was great. EVA report in space was great. Nice. Alright, parts, we got only 89.6% of the value back. So we did lose some, lost a little bit of money, but we did complete a contract that gave us more money, so we're 65,000 Kerbal currency points up in the black here. And you can see the reputation is really moving up now. Now the next thing we're going to do is try this one. Proper stable orbit must circle the planet without dropping back into the atmosphere. Ensure the minimum altitude is higher than 70,000 meters. Alright. We're going to take that one. And you know what I should do first? What I definitely should do first. And I apologize for going through these loading screens more than I needed to. Alright, sorry about that. Got distracted by my wife coming home from work. Anyway, I'm going to leave the orbit of Kerbal for the next episode, just because I think it's going to take a little while, and I want to show you the whole thing without having to fast forward or skip through parts. So if you've enjoyed this episode, drop me a like, leave me any comments in the form of a tip, or comments in the form of a tip, tips in the form of a comment. Thank you very much. And subscribe to my channel if you're interested in more daily Benjamin Magnus Plays Kerbal Space Program. And until next time, goodbye.